anything too tight, but that doesn't mean you need to be off guard. Wheatland, Speeceville, Reed, Miller, Halifax, all of you guys still need to be in a safe place. Yeah, and as you said, it's not as impressive anymore. Definitely not as impressive. So let's take a look at some of those tornado tips that we have at Fox 43, tornado safety tips. So first and foremost, go to the lowest level of the building you are, away from exterior walls and windows. The safest place that you can be in a tornado is your basement. I've said that once, I will continue to say it, but if you don't have a basement, not everyone does, get into the most interior room that you can find. Bathroom, hallway, closet. Those are all wonderful options if you don't have a basement. Put as many walls between you and the outdoors as soon as possible, and stay away from doors and windows that can have debris fly through them. Yes, and for those staying in mobile homes, try not to. Do not stay in a mobile home. You're not safe there. Get out and seek shelter in a sturdy building, preferably with a basement of public buildings, anywhere that you can go, because with those mobile homes, they can get carried by the tornadoes. If a sturdy structure is not nearby, get into a ditch though, or culvert, or a low-lying area. Those are all very, very good options. Have a cell phone or battery-operated weather alert radio, and seeking shelter right now, it should be your main priority. Not taking pictures, not taking videos. We don't want to see anyone put themselves in harm's way. That's a really, really bad idea. Please stay indoors, stay safe. We can talk about the photos and the videos later. That's not your main priority right now. Your main priority right now is keeping you and your loved ones safe. Storm tracker radar. Here we go. We're taking a look at the base velocity. And Danielle, I'm not seeing a whole lot anymore. I'm not either, Greg.
Yeah.
I do think they might expire this a little bit early, as it does seem like even broad rotation is kind of headed out of that warning area. Let's take it to Storm Tracker here.
For sure.
Still heavy rainfall. You're still getting a decent thunderstorm there headed over towards Middle Paxton, but it does look like the rotation is weakening. So we will stay on this, though, as long as that tornado warning is issued.
Yeah, and once again, it's not only the tornado that we need to worry about. Hail. I'm pretty sure I saw a hail on the NWS chat feed. Up to 3/4 of an inch, correct?
Correct. And here we can take a look at the Storm Prediction Center outlook. Again, this is going to be until about 4 p.m. Damaging wind gusts. Those are our highest priority today. Hail, our second. Tornado, it's really the lowest end, but it's the most important to kind of be aware of.
Yeah, and that tornado, it kind of just popped. It popped. We were looking a little bit earlier, especially along the Mason-Dixon line. The tornado watch, that's where it was for. That's where the tornado watch was for. And then weather, it could just be so unpredictable where, boom, we have that tornado watch in effect. Even though it was at the lowest risk between 12 and 4, look at where we are right now. We have a tornado in effect, and we still have those straight line winds gusting up to 50, 60 miles per hour, and hail. I mean, I hope everyone was able to put your car indoors. If you have a garage, put it under a carport if you're able to do so, because hail can cause a heck of a lot of damage to some of those vehicles and to property too. So if you are in our easternmost counties, we're talking Lebanon, Lancaster, parts of Dauphin County, I would consider putting your car or any property items that you may have, bring them indoors, bring them into a safe place. Here we go. Once again, the heavy downpours. We see a little bit of lightning associated with those stronger storms in northern York County and through parts of I-83. It seems like did they just minimize that tornado warning?
Yeah, so they are continuing it, but they did shave off kind of that back half. So
we were just talking about that, right. About how Perry, or rather Cumberland County, they weren't really experiencing it as much, but Wheatfield, it's right over you, Wheatfield. Now, I'm not sure that they're going to continue this. I wouldn't be too shocked, as Danielle said, if it expires. But at the same time, if you're in Halifax, Middle Paxton, Upper Paxton, even parts of Miller, get ready, guys. Get ready. Because as much as I wouldn't be surprised if they expired this tornado warning, I also wouldn't be too shocked if they continued it through parts of northern Dauphin County, northwestern Dauphin County, Upper Paxton, Halifax, Middle Paxton. That's what we're working with right now.
It looks like there's a little bit more rotation over towards Reward and headed up towards just north of Paxton there. That looks a little bit more impressive than what we're actually seeing in the tornado warning itself. So
Absolutely.
Let me put a little bit of track on this. Again, no warning. This is an area of broad rotation, but still something to watch. 117 Malta, 120 Chapman, kind of watching out for that particular storm right there.
Yeah, I mean, this, as you said, definitely more rotation. Definitely more rotation. We're taking a live look right now outside of York, Queen Street. Yeah. And you can see Those winds are strong. The camera is shaking. It's not only the tornadoes that we need to be worried about with these systems, guys. It's a lot more than that. It's the wind, it's the hail, it's the heavy, heavy rain. And once again, we still have that flood watch in effect. Have that flood watch in effect up until 10 o'clock tonight. It starts at around 2 o'clock, but that lasts through 10 o'clock this evening. So there's a whole lot to discuss over these next few hours. All right, here we go with our time tracker. Lancaster 145, Lebanon 149, Ephrata at 201. But Danielle, you know, I'm seeing these lines right here, these heavy downpours, clouds of ground lightning. You see that tornado warning, severe thunderstorm warning. But it seems like that front line, you know, after that front line passes, things are going to start calming down a little bit. Yeah,
they certainly are. And here we can put on the future cast for you here so you can see what the rest of your evening is going to look like. These storms continue marching into portions of Lancaster, Lebanon, Upper Dauphin counties through about 2 p.m. And then look, 4 or 5 o'clock, it looks like the main line is out of here. So this is a quick moving system. We'll get a breather as we go through dinner time. A second round of showers and storms is possible as we go throughout this evening. You can see here 10 p.m. It's a little overdone, but it's a general picture. And we'll continue with the chance for some isolated showers and storms going into your Saturday. But the real threat's this main line, and then the severe weather risk is significantly reduced behind it.
Absolutely. And once that sun sets, really, Danielle, once that sun starts to set, energy kind of gets sucked out of the atmosphere. And we're going to be really working with mainly, you know, a few rumbles, sure, this evening, maybe a little bit of thunder and lightning. But for the most part, we're thinking this evening is going to be mainly a rain event, especially after how much energy this system that we're working through right now is just sucking out of the atmosphere. I mean, these are strong storms pushing eastward, and yeah, we're going through it right now. We still have that tornado warning in effect for parts of western Perry County. Wheatfield, it looks like the strongest of the storm has passed you or will be passing you within the next few moments right now. But next, I mean, Danielle, we're looking at Upper Paxton, Halifax, Middle Paxton.
Yep, and those are the areas that need to be on guard. We know the tornado warning, it doesn't look like they are going to continue it.
I'd be shocked.
But that doesn't mean you can't be safe. So
correct.
Even if you're working from home, just make sure you're working in the basement or working in the middle of your house. Wait for this main line of storms to kind of pass you by. We're back here looking at the velocity, so how fast the storms and which direction they're moving. We're not really seeing a whole lot of rotation anymore. I do think that they will let this expire shortly.
Yeah, and even if they keep it, it's only another 7 minutes until it expires at around 1:15. So as of right now, it seems like parts of western Perry County, you are starting to become in the clear. As we head through parts of are we going to go up to northern Dauphin County where that little bit of rotation? Yep, there we go. There we go. Near Reward, Perry Valley Road, State Route 11, Oriental, Paxton, Upper Paxton. But, you know, Danielle, this is kind of taking that same line through parts of northern Dauphin County and western Dauphin County.
Yep. Oh, for sure. And you can see here with the looking at Storm Tracker, that's where the heaviest of that rain and that main kind of the storm system is right there.
Yeah. And once again, it's not only the tornadoes that we need to be worried about. Tornado right now is the most pressing threat. It's the threat that will cost people lives if the tornadoes actually are that severe and are that strong and will cause property damage. So don't mess around with these tornadoes. Don't try and get close to them. And please don't try and get pictures. I know you love submitting pictures using the Near Me feature on the Fox 43 app, and we love them too, but we also want to keep you safe. That's the reason why we're here, and that's the reason why we do what we do. Storm Tracker, here we go. The heaviest of rain just through parts of eastern Perry County and western, northwestern Dauphin County. Harrisburg, you guys are going through it right now, even with a little bit of thunder and lightning. That severe thunderstorm warning, remind me, Danielle, does that also expire at 1:15?
That expires at 1:30 for York.
Okay, for northern York County. So we're going to be going through it for the next few moments or so, or the next 15, 20 minutes or so. Lower Windsor, get ready with some heavy downpours. We hear it here in the studio. We hear it in the studio. Heavy downpours, a little bit of thunder, some lightning. We're hearing all of that right now. So stay with us. We are going to be doing this for as long as we need to be. We're taking a live look right now over Duncannon. You can see the visibility problems in this camera. Take a look at that. The visibility problems on the roadways right now. They're not only slippery, but you can't see. You can't go anywhere. Stay inside, don't travel, wait till this system to pass. And you know, on the back end of this system, we are going to be getting a little bit of dry time. So let's see if we can pull up that camera once again, guys. Yeah, there we go. You can see the visibility is so low. Danielle, do we have a visibility map that we could pull up real quick?
Yeah, let me grab that for you.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. Visibility is so low. All right, York County, look at you guys. 1.5 miles. You know, it seems like some of these numbers are lagging behind. That does happen sometimes. But the point is, this is probably what we're working with through much of south central Pennsylvania, especially when it comes to these line of storms. So hold off on traveling. If you have Memorial Day weekend plans, hold off, wait until this system passes. And, you know, even on the back end of this system, sure, there's going to be rain, but it's not going to be anything crazy to travel in with, like what we're working through right now. All right, so here we go. The bigger view. And so we're working through this. This is that warm front, I believe, right, Danielle?
Yeah, and you can see there the big upper level low. So you can see where we're going to get that breather this evening, and then we'll see that second round of storms later on tonight as we watch that low move on through. Yeah,
that's that little dry slot, that dry air that we're going to be getting in between. And then our next dose of some rain, which could be heavy at times. But Danielle, I'm not necessarily thinking that any of these storms later on this evening, they're going to pop the way they did this afternoon.
No. Once this main line is through, we are good to go, and things are looking really good. This tornado warning is no longer an issue for us, thankfully. The main line has passed through, and I'm not seeing any other areas of rotation on the radar as I'm kind of moving around here. So the storms overall are looking still strong, but not as severe as they were, say, 30 minutes ago. Yeah,
can we take a look in western Dauphin County at that one line again? That one line of storms, base velocity, relative velocity, please. All right. Yeah, so even that is looking a little bit less impressive.
Yeah,
even that, you know, that little notch that we were talking about earlier.
I don't see it at all, so that's good news.
That's great news. It looks like, you know, because the warning is going to be expiring at 1:15, it looks like the National Weather Service is just going to let it expire at this point. But don't be fooled. Just because we're not under a tornado, or we won't be under a tornado warning in the very near future, that doesn't mean that the threat is over. I wouldn't be too shocked if we continue to get those severe thunderstorm warnings, and still, because that tornado warning happened, another one for our easternmost counties, especially through that leading edge of the storm. That's not out of the question either, right, Danielle?
Oh, correct. And we do need to remember York, Lancaster, Lebanon, Dauphin counties, you guys are all under that severe thunderstorm watch until 7 p.m. So that's the timeline when you need to stay on alert. Make sure the Fox 43 app downloaded, because it will send you those alerts right to your phone. It'll buzz it, which is really helpful information there. And then the flood watch for almost all of our area continues until tonight at 10. So it's going to be an active evening. Oh, it's going to be a very, very active evening. All right, there it is. There's severe thunderstorm watch, eastern counties, Lebanon, Dauphin, York, Lancaster counties. We still have that flood watch in effect, and a tornado watch. Earlier, it was just for really northwestern Maryland. Now it's for all of northern Maryland. So that lasts up until this evening, or this afternoon rather, at 2 o'clock. So for the next 45 minutes or so. Yeah, here we go. Here are the storms, and that straight line of storms. Those are bringing pretty strong winds too. So it's not the tornado. It's not only the tornado that we really need to be worried about. It's a little bit of everything here. It's the heavy downpours, it's the lack of visibility, it's the strong winds. We even had hail up to a size of 3/4 of an inch. So nothing crazy impressive, but still plenty enough to do damage to vehicles or property too. So here we go. Swatara 113. That's when you'll be getting some of those stronger storms. West Hempfield at 125. Manheim 131. And then by the 2 o'clock hour, Danielle, it seems like a lot of these storms are going to be out of our hair. Yeah, 204 East Calico, so that's headed in northern Lancaster County there. I do think by the time we're back on with you first at 4, the severe threat's going to be almost over. Right. No, I do too. Because you see also these line of severe storms, they're moving quickly. That's 50 mile an hour, 55 mile per hour movement to the northeast. So these are moving rather quickly. And I'm still shocked that this, all right, these are storm reports. I was about to say, I'm still a little shocked that the tornado warning has not expired yet, but we are staying with the National Weather Service and keeping you updated there. Looks like we have wind damage in Franklin County. Structural damage reported. People are going to investigate that. And that's just a result of those really strong winds. Remember, down in southern Franklin County, there was not a tornado warning. We didn't have tornado warnings earlier today.
So that's something to keep in mind. It's not only the tornadoes that can cause damage, it's those straight line winds and strong storms too. So this is Linglestown that we're looking at right now, Linglestown Road rather, on I-81. Conditions right there, not too bad. Visibility improving just a little bit, but still, you can see how slippery those roads are.
And hey, Greg, we did just get that tornado warning has expired, so we are all in the clear from any type of tornado warnings at the moment. That being said, we still got to be on guard through about 4 p.m. and we'll stick with you on air if we need to. Yep,
you said it, Danielle. Thank you very much for joining us on this special edition of Fox 43 News with the tornado warning. I hope everyone was able to stay safe. We're going to be with you on air and online through this afternoon as these storms continue to push through. Stay safe, everyone, and remember to download the Fox 43 News app.
Who back there throwing up pictures?
Just adding a couple.
He's just throwing up pictures on there. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.